Welcome to breakfast with Dad and Son.
Are we actually gonna have breakfast on
If breakfast comes, I'll eat. I don't care.
Well, can I have some milk with my pancakes?
Sure.
Thank you.
SmackDown is started off with Nick Aldis standing in the ring all by himself.
He's talking about what happened last week.
Yeah, well, we assume that he's in the ring because he got an RKO last week from Randy Orton, and he's not too happy because he told Randy Orton, "You don't have a match now because Kevin Owens is getting surgery."
Yeah.
And he says, "Orton, come to the ring. You know, we'll talk about this." Good segment. Randy's like, all this, like, I want your respect. Randy's pretty much like, you got my respect, but how about you put on the suit and lace him up and go against me at WrestleMania? It was a good promo. It was a good moment.
I wish that would happen.
I hope it does. And then Solo's music hits, and like you can just hear the crowd like, you've got to be kidding me. Solo and Tama come out. Solo runs his mouth. Randy gets fired up. He starts doing little jokes. Like, I'm hearing voices in my head. Movement, he's like, they're telling me to kick y'all twos, and they bleeped it out, and Solo and Tama attack Orton. Orton holds his own for a little bit, but they get the upper hand of Orton, and then who comes out?
Who comes out? LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yep, and this just all ends up with all this saying, do it.
Oh. Y'all saying what?
Say yeah.
Oh, yeah!
To a tag team match. Because LA Knight's like, how about you two versus me and the Viper later tonight? And that's how we get our main event. First match of the night is the women's tag team
gauntlet match with Liv and Raquel ringside.
Yeah, Liv and Raquel are watching. So, team number one, Lyra and Bayley.
Lyra and Bayley versus Shayna and Zoe.
Yeah. Zoe was fun to watch last year. But anyways, who wins the first match?
Lyra and Bayley.
And then Natalya and Maxine come out.
And guess who wins that?
Well, Natalya starts the match off for her team, and then when she makes the tag to Maxine, the crowd goes nuts. We gotta remember after last year's Royal Rumble, the crowd was booing Maxine. Nothing to do with Maxine. And now the crowd can't wait for Maxine to get in the ring. But Maxine does something uncharacteristic in the ring. Instead of, tagging at an opportune time, she tries to use Natalya's move, Bret Hart's move, the sharpshooter, and Bayley counters and cradle pins. Cradle pins Maxine. And then who wins match number 2?
Lyra and
Bayley. Team number 4. Ooh, I get Dr. Pepper with breakfast. I'm going to be crazy. Is there syrup on this?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, soaked in, just the way I like it.
Oh, that's hot.
Caden Carter Katana chants. This was.
Oh Lord, you said.
This was probably the best match out of the gauntlet matches. Sorry, I'm going to be a little distracted because we're eating.
I need to.
But once again, Bayley and Lyra win this one. And at this point, it's obvious. We know who's going to win.
For real.
Meechin and B-Fab come out. I think B-Fab looks good in the ring. She does really well. Verdue, I think she's already ready for a solo run. She's doing very well. But then Lyra and Bayley win this one. And then Chelsea Green's Secret Herbers comes out. Piper Niven and Alba Fire. Alright. That was okay, I guess. I don't know. I know a lot of people they like Chelsea Green right now. I'm kind of over it. We're not going nowhere with it.
No.
It's getting kind of annoying. But in the end, another annoying thing. Lyra and Bayley win. They run through the whole table. They come out number 1 and they end up winning. So Lyra gets to go to WrestleMania with Bayley as her tag team partner to to be a double champion. She's going to be an Intercontinental champion and tag team champion with Bayley. I was wondering how they were going to get Bayley involved in WrestleMania, because you can't have a WrestleMania season nowadays without Bayley. And when Lyra, right, and when Lyra and Bayley came out, team number 1, I was like, man, it's all he wrote. Oh, is that the Dr. Pepper that was in the fridge all night?
Yeah.
It's still bubbly. Ooh, that cut through.
Thank goodness.
Then after this match, we get the announcement of that Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest
street fight at WrestleMania.
I'm excited about that. Look, we even got our boys right here.
And we have something for our unbox later.
We got to do our short later for their match, and we got unboxing here in a little bit. We found a pretty cool action figure.
Now
we do the Walmart hide and seek.
Now we already have this action figure, but we found a different variant of it, and we love this
one that you've been wanting.
Yes.
Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are having a face to face. Instead, before they even make it to the ring, it becomes a brawl. Go figure. And this brawl leads to Damian being helped out. His legs are all rubbery. He got jello legs. He got beat up. Drew goes to the ring. Drew talks his smack. I almost just for him to reveal that his eye's okay. He rips off the eye patch, and he's just like, "You're in trouble, Damian, because I'm 100% cleared for WrestleMania." Well, as he's doing that, Priest just runs through security, beats them all down, and he gets to Drew. He beats down Drew, but then Drew does a future shock DDT on the metal steps.
The steel step, it's called.
Steel steps, and then Priest does his wide eye knockout thing, and then Priest ripped off his necklace, his cross necklace.
So it's basically kind of like the CM Punk now.
Yeah,
Drew
same thing.
has something of Damien.
Yep, just like he had CM Punk's bracelet.
Yep. Get on the. Ah! We'll get that later.
It fell down?
Yes, sorry.
DIY promo, they're watching their match they lost last week, and they're saying it's conspiracy theory because the turnbuckle was exposed, and they're the ones who exposed it.
Yeah.
But they're the ones who the exposed turnbuckle gets used on, which, never mind. Pretty Deadly comes up and they're antagonizing him, egging him on. Oh man, just give a view full of food in my mouth on that one. Then MCMG shows up, Mercy Machine Guns. I can't remember. I think DIY and Mercy Machine Guns are wrestling next SmackDown. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Berto and Ray Phoenix, probably match of the night. Berto did an excellent job. Really good job on Berto's part. But before the match, Santos and Angel come down with Berto. They go halfway, and Santos doesn't let Angel stay ringside with Berto. You know, they're kind of a pair. Ray Phoenix wins the match, but these are the matches I don't like, because Berto was putting the beat down on Ray Phoenix the whole match, and then Ray Phoenix ends up winning.
You gotta think, this is like a debut match for him, though, like
His second one.
his second debut.
Yeah. Well, just like last week when he faced Nathan Frazer. Frazer put a beat down him the whole match, and then all of a sudden Ray Phoenix, 2 or 3 moves, wins. That's why you're not getting this is awesome chance, because it's all one-sided, and then the person that's getting beat up all of a sudden rises from the ashes and wins. After the match, Santos makes Berto shake Ray Phoenix's hand, And it's a show. It's not really a show of sportsmanship.
Hey, Mom.
Santos is trying to degrade Berto because you have to look at the. We talked about this in the last recap that Santos is comparing Ray Phoenix to be better than Berto and Angel, and they really don't like that. Um, I thought. Okay, that's later on the show. It wasn't right there. And then we get Byron Sack. Where are you going?
I'm going to.
Welcome to Dad in Between the Ropes. Byron Saxton has a promo with Roxanne Perez. If she ends up coming to the main roster, it's gonna be like the one that has to grow on me because I really don't. I don't know. Anyway, she shouts at Tiffy. Tiffy comes in hot with her comments. They're in front of Nick Aldis' office.
And he hears it all.
He hears it all. He opens the door, and Tiffy is like, "Why don't we fight tonight?" And Nick Aldis is like, "I got a lot going on. Let me think about it, and I'll get back with you." Which it comes back that yes, later on tonight we do have a Roxanne versus Tiffy match. Excuse me. Chelsea Green promo. She's got a fight against Selena Vega, but she's trying to get Alba Fire and Piper Niven out of medical, and they won't come out. So she has to go face Selena alone. So she gets thrown out. At least right in the match. Chelsea gets thrown out of the ring. Selena climbs back in the ring. Chelsea's complaining about her secret Hervis not being there, and Chelsea ends up getting counted out.
Because she was distracted by her secret Hervis not being there.
Yep.
So that's fun.
That was a pretty cool way. But the title doesn't change. You got to win the title by submission or pin.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a title match either. I think because Selena won, she gets a title shot now. Man, SmackDown's just killing it. We'll get there. Then we go back and visit the Santos, the Legado del Fantasma. Santos is bashing Humberto about losing, and that he's going to go look for Ray Phoenix and congratulate him, Ray Phoenix, on a job well done, and says, "Come on, Angel," and leave Humberto behind. Well, while Humberto's sitting there alone, Andrade comes up, and kind of like, "Dude, you're a good wrestler. Keep your head up. Keep going after it. You don't have to listen to this guy. Blah blah blah." I mean, he's pretty much like building him up. And then Humberto looks up and says, "Mind your own business," and walks away. Like, that royalty thing. Naomi promo, calling out Jade, calling her many names, calling her a snake. Jade promo, right after that, both really good promos. Jade pretty much says, "You can't dodge this storm." I think that's probably the most anticipated non-title match for WrestleMania. It's the Jade Naomi. How is Jade going to do? We know how Naomi's going to do. But I will say this, lately Naomi's been kind of slow in the ring. Kind of slow. Cody Rhodes has a promo. Pretty cool promo. What was in the ring with Cody?
Oh, all the recent title belts.
All the title belts for the past 30 years.
Oh, every single main
WWE
title belt?
main title belt, yep.
Oh, wow. I saw a spinner.
Yeah, the spinner was there. Pretty good promo.
I wish 24/7 was there.
Yeah, well, that's not the main. That's not a WWE Championship title. Cody's title. That's what Cody's title has looked like. All the different designs of it.
The revamps, kind of.
Yes.
In my terms, revamp.
Yeah, it's not all the titles. It's all the past WWE Championship titles. Pretty cool segment. Cody has to carry a show alone because Cena's out there doing movies and stuff. Saxton with the Street Profits. The Miz and Carmelo show up, and they're pretty much telling the Street Profits, "You're running this division in the ground. Like, you guys stink as champions." Miz and Mello are starting to grow on me. Kind of like the pairing. They're doing good.
I like Mello Don't Miss.
Mello don't miss, and we are awesome.
They gotta work on that though.
It's growing on me though. Dude, I liked Carmelo because for a while there we watched NXT, and I really liked Carmelo in NXT until he turned heel.
Yeah.
He doesn't do very good as a heel.
No.
Let's see here. Mello's like, we definitely want the smoke, and then Miz and Mello walk away. Angelo goes to step after him. Montez puts his hand out and says, "Let them breathe." So Montez puts his hands out on Angelo and said, "Let them breathe. Don't beat them now." So maybe we'll get a. I think that'd be a good match. Miz and Mello versus Angelo and Montez.
Street Profits versus Mello Don't Miss.
Yeah, Mello. They'll have to grow. They'll have to get Mello Don't Miss growing a little bit, some more traction. So I think that's the only people at this point who should win the tag teams. They're the next ones, but we gotta see how they do.
Yeah.
They don't use keep the title on Street Profits. Tiffy versus Roxanne. Tiffy wins. Of course, we knew she was gonna win.
Well, because of the DQ. No,
No,
wait.
she pinned. She
No,
pinned
wait,
Roxanne.
she pinned.
Yeah, she
I'm
did.
talking about after the match.
Dude, she almost did Alabama Slam too.
That was great.
I was like, Alabama Slam, and then no Alabama Slam.
Was it
After the match,
after the match?
Charlotte shows up, and she's not supposed to be there.
No.
I mean, just pounds Tiffy. Tiffy's on the ground, and Charlotte and Wade Barrett stands up and kind of blocks Charlotte from getting to Tiffy, and Wade Barrett looks maybe he's doing a good acting because we know like this is scripted
Who's Wade
and it's
Barrett?
acting.
Isn't that one of
He's the big guy. He's the big announcer.
Oh yeah.
He's not. Tessitore's the shorter guy. So like for SmackDown, Wade would be like Pat McAfee size, and Tessitore is Michael Cole size.
Oh okay.
So Wade, he's the big guy, stands up and he's telling Charlotte, "What do you do?" I mean, he did a good job last night. I believed him. I believed he was genuinely livid. He was. I haven't seen Wade like that the whole time we've been watching wrestling. He was mad. It was great. I loved it. I was excited when Charlotte came back. Now I can't wait for Charlotte to go away. But Charlotte, it hyped up the match. The match has traction now, so that was good. Then we get to our main event: Orton and LA Knight versus Solo and Tama. Okay match.
Or RK versus Tama.
Orton and LA Knight win. Okay. RK win. As the match was ending, Solo and Orton get into the crowd, and they're fighting this whole show. We're fighting, and they go over the barrier and they fight into the crowd. LA Knight gives a BFT to Tama Tonga. He wins, and it's just LA Knight out there. Orton's nowhere to be found, so guess who shows up? Jacob Fatu and puts the beat down on LA Knight so much that he was doing moonsaults.
Oh, he was energized though.
They hit the credits.
He was energized.
And then as the credits are ending, he climbs the rope and they stay with the show even after the credits because he just keeps moonsaulting. And we know Fatu is going to win at WrestleMania. Do I like it? No, I don't. We got to get... Unless LA Knight's going to go for a main title run. Anyways, that's the show. SmackDown's owning it right now for the recap. But we do have a toy reveal.
Yes. Judgment Day R-Truth.
Judgment Day R-Truth.
Finn, Damien, and Rhea.
And he has G and R-Truth.
And that should say JD. But
Finn, Damien, Rhea. Yeah, yeah, it's not the one where he has JD X'd out, but it's still cool. I like that.
Kyrie Zane.
And Tyler Bate are the two we don't have.
We did see Tyler Bate, but we got R-Truth instead.
The back of the box says R-Truth believed himself to be a member of the Judgment Day, joining Damien how he's joined Judgment Day with Tom and Nick. Remember Tom and Nick?
Oh, yeah.
And definitely not JD McFucko.
Right.
Use knife only under supervision of an adult. Remember to always swipe away when using a knife. Don't ever swipe towards.
Also, proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. Easy, easy, easy. There we go.
He is so cool. He comes with a microphone. Like, now we have 3 microphones.
I know the other R-Truth we got, he came with the microphone
Yeah,
too.
we have 3 of them now.
Yep, we got 3 microphones. Does that one have WWE on it?
Yeah, pop it out. If I can, I cannot.
Alright, here's some loud stuff.
Microphone.
It's pretty cool. Let's see here. What kind of backup fist does he have? He's got 5 knuckle shuffle fist. Boom, 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 boom. Have you seen the El Grande Americano R-Truth meme?
No.
Where, how's it go, Cal?
What?
El Grande Americano R-Truth. That's definitely not Chad Gable, and R-Truth says, "Don't worry, John Cena, I'll get you out of there."
Yeah, it says, no, I know it's not you. I know it's you, John.
Oh, I know it's you. Yeah. That's definitely not Chad Gable. I know it's you, Cena. Here, I got this. So don't rip anything.
Here you go.
Oh, it's even got his blonde tips.
Let me get this. Oh, that feels weird though. His joints, Dad.
They actually move. See, we get a lot of these, and we don't move the joints because it feels like, see how those legs are stiff?
Yeah.
It feels like you're gonna break the joints. Well, that's a double joint.
Yeah, I like double joints.
Oh, that's a double joint knee for better movement. See how the top moves, and then you can move the bottom. You really can't see it in the camera. That, dude, I like that. I'm not gonna move it that much though.
No, because this thing's cool. You can take the shirt.
You can take the shirt off, but let's see if we can. Well, that shows up good.
Then Damien and oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good. Dude, we got the focus good.
Finn and Damien and Rhea and
Look, even the tattoos show up. Come on, get the tattoo.
Tom and Nick
I know.
and R-Truth.
And that's why it just says Dirty Dawn, because they couldn't fit Tom and Nick on it. That's cool, man. That's good find. Good find. You and Mom found that
And
one,
we
right?
also found a final boss rock.
Yes, we gotta go get that.
We're gonna go right back. Also, you said you wanted to draft this.
Yes,
Because
we do.
Because we like the
Yeah, dude, we're gonna put that up there with the rest of the stuff. I might just cut it out. I know that's weird to do. That's funny, man. That we laughed all the time with this storyline. Great. I mean, people were getting annoyed with R-Truth, but dude, it's a TV show. You need comedic relief.
He needs his own TV show.
Yeah, like the
With
Miz
his
TV,
own character.
the Grayson Waller effect.
Like, I'm talking like the Pat McAfee show, Dad.
Oh,
Like, he's
like
his
a
character.
like a
He's his-
podcast.
Yeah.
With his character.
And he's his character, yeah.
Alrighty.
Look at that.
Cool.
Double jointed so he can do this.
Sweet. Anyways, that's the show.
My name is Paul.
Well, dude, I would like to find a Paul Heyman.
There is some out there.
I've been watching like shorts and stuff, and people like just go straight to and order the whole series from like a company. I don't like doing that. I like the hunt. I like going to different stores and like going back. We need to start doing that. Like when we're going to
We
stores,
need to do vlogs.
we need to start doing like shorts of us going to the toy section at
Or we
these
could
stores.
just do vlogs.
Yeah.
Like full-length videos.
But, I mean, it's cool to watch the people order the whole set and they unbox like this big box and it has
So we
all.
know which ones that like.
But like, dude, I like going to the store and be like, oh man, they don't have the Rhea here that we wanted next store. You know what I mean? That's half the fun of it, I think. I'm not bashing nobody for buying the whole series, but
He's
at
sniffing
the
like.
same time, yeah.
He's sniffing like.
All right, buddy, take us away.